Hello all, welcome back to another video today of the Shrey FC. So today I'm discussing on all the important things of this week. In this video, I'm going to discuss on the Carabao Cup reaction, the two matches that have been played in the Carabao Cup, and the probability of what final we are going to see. I'm going to discuss the Manchester City versus Chelsea match preview. I'm going to discuss the Aston Villa versus Manchester United match preview, and there's nothing a football video that cannot finish without previewing the North London derby which is going to take place this weekend, and reports on whether it won't take place and everything. All will be discussed in this video by me. So I hope you enjoy it. And please, while the video is continuing, please don't forget to hit on the like button and also keep sending your views, and we'll have a chat regarding that. So this is a weekly football gossip episode number 2, and I hope you're enjoying the series. And starting with the first thing that's on the menu today, and the first thing I'm going to discuss is the Carabao Cup reaction, the matches that have taken place of the Carabao Cup this week. And with the Carabao Cup this week, we have seen that in the Carabao Cup we had Chelsea versus Tottenham first semi-final, and the second semi-final was Liverpool versus Arsenal. So in the first semi-final, we had no interruption of the matches. So both the matches proceeded, and Chelsea have qualified for the next round. And Chelsea have beaten Tottenham 2-0 at home and 1-0 at the stadium. And Chelsea have proceeded towards the next round, that's the final, 3-0 on aggregate. So, coming on to the match, and Chelsea overall in the two legs absolutely outclassed Tottenham Hotspur. Now, overall, when this tie was made, there was a factor of Antonio Conte versus Thomas Tuchel. Two great tactician minds. One is a former Chelsea manager, one is a current Chelsea manager. And Tottenham were flying high under Antonio Conte. They were playing some good stuff. They were looking more fitter than they've ever been. And there was a certain sense of happiness at Tottenham since he has come in. But I think Tottenham fans knew that a defeat and a bit of humbling was coming aside, because overall they knew the squad was not good enough, and some fans needed a reminder of how much problems they have in the squad. At earlier, they used to blame it on the managers. Jose Mourinho was bad, Nuno was bad, and as much as Antonio Conte will work magics, Tottenham's squad is not enough the quality of top sides like Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, and that showed in the match. Chelsea in the two legs, with not even their fully strength 11, absolutely outclassed Tottenham. Now, Antonio Conte also pulled off some masterclasses where he gave Golini a start over Hugo Lloris. He persisted with Doherty as a left wing back in both the matches. So that was what surprised me. And I, even if Regulin was injured, he could have placed Sessegnon. But that's up to Antonio Conte. And where has his counterpart Thomas Tuchel? I think Thomas Tuchel pulled a very good masterclass in both the legs. He surprised Antonio Conte with a hybrid 4-2-2-2 formation. And I think that stunned Tottenham, and Chelsea looked so much fluid, and Chelsea was so much they played with such intensity and pressing that Tottenham was not able to handle it from the start to finish. So the second tie was between Arsenal versus Liverpool. Another very, very good tie. Another tie where it's an underdog versus the top team in Liverpool. And in this match, the first match was postponed on the grounds of Liverpool having COVID crisis and everything. So the first match was postponed, and the second match that happened finished Liverpool nil, Arsenal nil. Now the second, because the first match was postponed, the second match was played at Anfield, and now the third match, which is a rearranged match, will be played at Anfield next week. So overall, going at Anfield and getting a nil-nil draw is always a result that a team prays to get. It's one of the hardest places to go and play. The crowd is awesome. The atmosphere is so electric, and overall, Anfield is one city we never want to visit. So Arsenal went there, and there was always a sense of optimism with the form they were going in, with the display they put against Manchester City, that Arsenal are going on the right ground. Arsenal are going on the right path, and they are only going up. But sadly, whenever they've gone to Liverpool, they've been hammered. This season, they went to Anfield, they were hammered 4-0. In the history, even in last some years, they've lost 5-1, they've lost 4-0. So it's just not been enough for Arsenal to climb. So Arsenal went there with an underdog tag upon them that they're going to struggle, they will get battered. Liverpool, even without Salah and Mane, will outrounce them. But to be honest, Arsenal played a very, very good game. And it was a good game till that red card. And Granit Xhaka, I have no words on him. I'm so sorry to say this, but I have no words on him about it. Overall, it's just not put the North London derby in jeopardy. He will be out for 3 games. Arsenal already are in midfield crisis. They have let 80 Maitland-Niles go on loan. They've let another players go on loan like Balogun, and their other midfielders are injured, and they have a huge problem on their hands. And now Granit Xhaka, who came back quickly with the injury, is now again out of the matches. So I think it's going to frustrate Mikel Arteta. So again, he made a poor tackle. And when you are 10-minute Anfield, as we have praised Chelsea in the start of the season, is one of the hardest ground. Liverpool attacking you with the pressure. There was the crowd along with them, 10 men, and hats off to Arsenal. They did a good job. If it was my team, Chelsea, I would have been ecstatic that how good job they did. And big credit to Arsenal that they've shown the mentality. And slowly and surely, this Arsenal team is showing signs of some fight, which we never used to see before. Now, for the Arsenal fans that watching the show, see, the growth will be gradual. It will go from here to here to here. Right now, Arsenal Football Club is building brick by brick by brick by brick. Now, whether all the bricks will be made by Ateta, whether some bricks will be made by Ateta, nobody knows. But one thing is for sure is they're building for the future, and that will take time. But this performances against Manchester City and Liverpool are good sign after the thrashings they got at the hands of them at the start of the season. And overall, coming on to the Liverpool on the final part of the Carabao Cup, so Liverpool showed that how toothless they are without Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, and especially Mohamed Salah. Liverpool still had mostly their full strength 11, and I was really surprised the Jurgen Klopp still persisted with Henderson and Milner when you've got a quick player like Chamberlain available. Minamino has been one player who was so good before he came to Liverpool. What an exciting prospect, and he has not lived up to his hype, lived up to his talent at Liverpool. Other than that, Liverpool again struggled. Trent and everything, they tried everything. They had full strength lineup. Other than that, other than Salah and Mane, and they struggled after struggle because they were toothless. The Salah pace, the form of Salah, and overall, let's be brutally honest, Salah has been one of, if not the best player right now in the world on form, on right now ability, on the way he's playing, his form, his confidence, and they missed that thing and they were not able to break that Arsenal team. It only needed one goal and that could easily have ended Liverpool 3, Arsenal, Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. But without Salah, they weren't able to break a very determined, a very resilient, hardworking Arsenal side. And sadly, they will have to live up with the draw. And without Mohamed Salah, without Sadio Mane, they will have to go to Emirates Stadium and the crowd will be bumping up. A chance to go to Wembley and play our London rivals Chelsea. And I think Liverpool have made things harder for themselves. But still, if you ask me, I still think Liverpool might go ahead of Arsenal because of being a bit more professional and a bit more experienced than Arsenal. But overall, I won't be surprised Arsenal beat them and we see a Chelsea versus Arsenal final. So this was about the Carabao Cup and what we saw this week in this great competition so far, especially for Arsenal, who can win a trophy this season, has even out of the FA Cup. For Chelsea, if they don't do well in the Premier League, Champions League, and for Liverpool to finally win a domestic cup. So it's a nice trophy. So moving on towards the next part of this video, and that is previewing Aston Villa versus Manchester United. And this is one clash which nobody could have expected at the start of the season, will be one of the most anticipated clashes of the weekend. Aston Villa have been showing ambition. They've been signing some good players which will suit their club. They signed Philippe Coutinho on loan from FC Barcelona, and they signed Lucas Dean from Everton, while they've loaned Anwar Al Ghazi to Everton. So overall, Lucas Dean is an upgrade on Matthew Target. And Coutinho in the team, playing as an inside forward, I think he's going to be a big threat. That ability of him, and especially getting a player like Philippe Coutinho on a loan, is not a bad deal. They still have players like Leon Bailey who will return from injury, Bertrand Traore, Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings, Trezeguet. Now they will have Philippe Coutinho. They will have players like Lucas Dean at the left, Matty Cash at the right, Tyrone Mings, Konsa, and then they have a great keeper at Emilio Martinez. They've got McGinn, they've got Luis. So overall, and Ramsey is a very, very good young kid as well and looking very exciting. So slowly they're building the right way with a young and exciting manager in Steven Gerrard, who is showing a lot of confidence and arrogance. And on the other hand, they are playing a team who are devoid of confidence and right now are in a bit of dressing room turmoil that should not happen. Now, if you've seen my channel, if you've seen my videos, I've been very supportive of Ralph Ragnick, and I've again and again reiterated that Ralph Ragnick must be supported. United fans need to look at the long-term vision. They cannot keep blaming manager again and again. Solskjaer, okay, he was inexperienced. Okay, Mourinho was boring and destroyed the dressing room. Okay, Luis Van Gaal didn't understand the English football. Okay, David Moyes was not the right name. But how many times are you keep going to go on the manager? There has to be some limit on that. And overall, United fans need to start accepting that they, at the moment, it's not about manager, it's about the players, their desire to succeed in life, their desire to succeed at a club like Manchester United, wearing that great crest, wearing that great shirt on their hair, seeing that logo and playing for it. That is the most important things that fans have to see. The overall ambition in the Manchester United players. And this is the most important thing that most Manchester United fans want to see and should focus on. And overall, their focus should be on their owners, Glazers, the way they recruit the squad, the way they improve the things in this team. And that's the most important aspect of Manchester United right now. Coming on to this preview, and United got a morale boosting victory against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, where they proceeded towards the next round, which is a very, very important part and is a good thing for them to somewhat finish this bad form they've been going, keeping much needed clean sheet, and overall somewhat taming the negativity. Now we saw the Cristiano Ronaldo interview where he said that today's youngster do not accept the criticism, and that only adds fuel to the fire, and that is only going to get worse if the victories don't come. If they drop points against Aston Villa right now, United are in deep, deep trouble if they drop points here, because their easy fixture list will end soon. In March, they will have to play Atletico Madrid, they will have to play Manchester City, they will have to play Arsenal, they'll have to play Liverpool. And by then, if they're not near to the top four or in the top four, their Champions League places for the next season is gone until they win the Champions League. Glazer's biggest treasure is gone, and therefore they need to start winning matches. And these are the teams, even if on paper these are tough fixtures, they have to win, especially after dropping points against Wolves and Newcastle. This will be unacceptable, and they have to find a way to win. And if they don't find a way to win, the negativity in the dressing room will only creep, and whatever Ragnick's trying to build will already be spoiled. And now coming on to Ralph Ragnick, it takes time to build a formation. He's a very, very good manager. He's not as eclipsed as Tuchel, Pep, Klopp, because his managerial career has not been that big. But overall, has a personality, has overall his ideas, has building for the long-term vision, has finding the right players for Manchester United. He has to be back. And if Manchester United sack him at the end of the season and don't give him the consultancy role and take it away from him, this will be one of the most comical club in the world. They need to back him. He was appointed for 6 months. Even if he finishes out of the top four, it's not a big deal. You're already in the crisis. If Solskjaer stayed, United would have been in this position. If he didn't stay, and they still will be in this position, most probably until Ragnick does some magic. So for them, it's about building the team, building their confidence, letting Ragnick see which players need to be thrown out next season, and overall seeing which type of manager this squad needs. But overall, this squad is still very talented. Player like Rashford, who is out of form, but still is a very, very good player. Greenwood, Sancho, Bruno. You've got players like Luke Shaw, you've got Alex Telles, you've got Diego Dallo, you've got Harry Maguire, Rafael Varane, you've got Lindelof, you've got David De Gea, you've got Dean Henderson, there you have Fred, you've got McTominay, you've got Paul Pogba. This squad should be in the top four in the league, and there should be no excuses. And Ragnick, the players must trust him, but the trust only comes with victories. If United win the next 2 or 3 games, whether 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, whatever, that will slowly make angry faces happy. And that is where everything will change. Slowly and slowly, there will be more happiness in Manchester United. The players will start listing, because at the moment, it's going to be difficult for these players to play a high pressing football that they've never done. But when you get victories, you start trusting the manager. And when you start trusting the manager, all the good things start to happen. Now, moving on to the opponents, Aston Villa. And Aston Villa at home are always preferring to play. Under Steven Gerrard, they lost to Chelsea at home, where they played a very, very good game. They lost to Liverpool and Manchester City, where they played good games. In the FA Cup, they were the better team. And Steven Gerrard, other than that bump against Brentford, where they lost the game, he has overall done a fantastic job at Aston Villa, made them defensively hard to beat. They attackingly look much better. And now with players like Lucas Dean, who are attackingly so good, players like Coutinho, who are so creative, Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings, this team is dangerous for anyone. And Steven Gerrard right now is showing good signs on how to build a club. And overall, his young arrogance manager, that's good to see in a young manager. And overall, he's still more experienced because of his reign at Rangers. And Aston Villa are doing a very, very good job. But going on the final part of this preview, and that's prediction, for me, Manchester United will carry on their victory against Aston Villa and will win again and slowly find some momentum. I can see this game being very, very bad to watch. Both teams being out of, especially United, out of confidence, which will make them more defensive. The game will be very spoily, not enjoyable to watch, but they will get a one goal from either a Bruno, Ronaldo, or a penalty, whoever takes it. And United will win this game 1-0 away at Villa Park. Moving on to the second section of this video, and the second section of this video is North London Derby. And what gets better than this? This is a derby even a neutral waits for. It's ecstatic, it's aggressive, fightings, there are passion on the pitch, fans, absolutely desire to win against each other. And overall, the closeness between the two clubs in the last 10 years, where they played finished very near to each other, it's a very, very exciting derby. And overall, at the moment before starting this, there are rumors that this can be postponed. Arsenal also have put on their official Twitter account that they filed the application because they're unable to field 14 players. Now, the status will only be known tomorrow whether this match goes ahead or this doesn't go ahead. But at the moment, I expect this to go ahead, and this preview is according to that. So, coming on to the Tottenham team, and they were absolutely hammered by Chelsea. But Chelsea hammering should not take away from the fact that the squad still needs improvement, and it's not a crying sign or a warning sign. For the Tottenham fans that are watching the show, you do not need to compare your team with Chelsea, Cities, and Liverpool. You need to compare them with the likes of Manchester United, your rivals, Arsenal, West Ham. That's your battle. Finishing the top four is the most important battle for you. And you get the top four, you sign some right players in the summer and January, and then Conte can give you a very good next last year before he leaves Tottenham or he extends his contract or whatever happens. That is a strategy that Tottenham have to follow because the squad is so bad they cannot be near the top three. It's important for them to concentrate with teams near them, near their level, in out of form Manchester United, in Arsenal, rebuilding Arsenal, you can call that, in a young, energetic, enjoyable to watch West Ham. That's their competition. And losing to Chelsea is not bad when you're playing such a high quality team, champions of Europe. So overall, that should not make you lose a perspective. This is still a very good Tottenham team. They will be without Son for 1 month, which is going to be a big, big loss. But Lucas Moura is there. Bergman might get some chances. Harry Kane is there. They still have players like Oliver Skip, Harry Winks, Hoiberg. Tengo Endemboli is a very talented player, but he has been really disappointing because of his attitude, and he's not been preferred by either Mourinho or Conte, which shows that something is not right. But Regulian is a very exciting player. Emerson Royal is one of the worst right backs attackingly I've seen, but Conte can improve him. And then you got a back three again, not a good back three, not a top four standard back three, but a manager like Antonio Conte can make above average look average, and at least I can see this side finishing above the likes of Arsenal United because of a manager of quality of Antonio Conte, who is better than Ralf Ragnick, who is better than Mikel Arteta, and then a good goalkeeper in Hugo Lloris. So still this side has a lot to do this season. They are still in the FA Cup. They can still beat nicely. So fans should not be disheartened. And overall, this fixture gives them a very good chance to get their supremacy over the top four, because if Tottenham win the match, they go 1 point above Arsenal with 2 games in hand. They could literally find themselves 7 points ahead if they win that 2 games. So this is a very important game for Tottenham Hotspur. Now moving on to the counterpass Arsenal, they have a lot of midfield crisis. They let Ashley Maitland-Niles go. They let Balogun go on loan. And right now they have no Partey. They have Zaka has been red carded. And overall, only Lokonga is available. There are doubts that could Ben White or Chambers play in the midfield. And that is going to be horrific for Arsenal if that happens. And that is why they filed for postponements, COVID and AFCON crisis. They have a lot of injuries right now in their front. And that's why they filed for the application for the match to be postponed. But if it doesn't gets postponed, and if Arsenal play a midfield of Chambers or a Lokonga, I think sadly either Arsenal will have to park the bus like they did against Liverpool and go for a draw, or they could be absolutely splashed 4 or 5-0 with that midfield until Tottenham Hotspur find the best way to do some things and just throw it away. Tottenham should, if Arsenal play their lineup that we're expecting them to do with injuries to most of all of their midfielders, Tottenham should win this game very comfortably. And overall, the record that Tottenham have over Arsenal at White Hart Lane and over Rookie Call right now, the Tottenham Stadium, it's such electric record, and they're so good against Arsenal there. The crowd is going to be electric. Arsenal, there's difference between Arsenal and Chelsea. Tottenham, Arsenal are more closer team than Tottenham and Chelsea, and therefore this is going to be exciting match. And with Arsenal not having their most of the whole midfield available, this is a full indication of Tottenham giving them a bit more hammering and going through until we see Arteta tactical masterclass. But again, before finishing off with my prediction, still we don't know this match goes ahead. So again, everything is very unclear. But if this match goes ahead, I can see Tottenham winning this match 2-0. Arsenal will park the bus, but Tottenham will find some way to break them down. And that's my prediction for the North London Derby. Moving on to the final section of the video today. And the final section today is Manchester City versus Chelsea preview. You know I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'm very excited to preview this match. And this is a match that we have been waiting for a long time. You wait to play a teams like Manchester City We were hammered at the start of the season 1-0, which should have been 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. And this is a very important game at different end of the table. Manchester City are at top of the league with 53 points. Chelsea are second in the league. Chelsea have 43 points. Liverpool are third in the league with 42, but they have a game in hand against Leeds United, which you most probably expect them to win. So for me, the Premier League table is 53 City, 45 Liverpool, 43 Chelsea, and forgetting everything, Chelsea are 10 points behind Manchester City. And overall, if Chelsea win this game, Chelsea is still not back in the title race because we'll still be 7 points behind them. We still have to be more consistent, win some matches, but that will give us a bit of hope and keep our dying title hopes alive. Overall, if I have to come to first section of the video, and that's why are Chelsea so much points behind Manchester City, and that is me, Chelsea fan, giving a honest opinion. And injuries are some part of that. COVID crisis are some part of that, but that is a very, very small fraction. The main part we are not in the title race right now is our pathetic, pathetic finishing in front of the goal. The difference between us has been the drop points to Burnley when we had a fully fit squad available, where we dominated the whole game. Hudson Odoi, Ross Barkley missed sitters, and then in the end they equalized and the match finished 1-1. The match against Manchester United, where again Rudiger and Hudson Odoi missed some sitters, and we drew it 1-1, and Jorginho made a blunder of an error, where again individual errors cost us. And the match against C team, 18-year-old C team Everton side, where we had five clear-cut chances and we missed all of them, and the match finished 1-1. If we win the three matches, we will be right now just 4 points behind Manchester City, with pressure on Manchester City and us, both of us. So therefore, the reason Chelsea are not in the title race is because of a lack of clinical finishing. But overall, we still have had a very good season. We did fine in the Champions League. Defensively, we are still a solid side, except a bit of blip. And overall, we are still a very, very good team, building very nicely. Thomas Tuchel tactically doing some very, very good wonders. And overall, you can clearly see the progress that Chelsea have made on the pitch than last season. It's just about the clinicality improving, and whether it improves next season with the same personnel. And overall, either we go in the transfer market next summer and buy the players which are going to finish their dinner and finish the chances. So coming on the preview of this match, there are doubts that with City, there are COVID. Some players will be out with COVID. We don't know which players are, and I hope that every one of them recovers. So we don't know the City status. While for Chelsea, Andres Christensen is sadly out of this game due to COVID, and overall, I wish him fully speedy recovery and he recovers well. And player safety should be absolutely paramount, and he will be out for this game. So that are a bit of injury news for both the sides. Coming on to the lineup that I want Chelsea to play because I'm a Chelsea fan, and as much as people and the folks in the live chat and the comments will not agree, we need to go with 3-5-2. We have no Chalobah available. We have no Andrew Christensen available. I don't think we can take risk of Sarr in this match. So therefore, it has to be Aspilicueta in the back three with Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Kepa Arrizabalaga as a goalkeeper. At the right, it has to be Hudson Odoi or Christian Pulisic. And at the left, it has to be Alonso. But because we have Alonso at the left, who is not very quick, and we have Pulisic at the right, along with Hudson Odoi, who are again not defensively very good, Chelsea will have to play the midfield three of Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic to cover for them. Many people are wanting for Kante, Kovacic to play, but again, as much as they had one good game together against Liverpool, they will be absolutely spoiled by Liverpool's City's midfielders who are very good on the ball. Chelsea needs someone against City who can play from the back, press resistant. We need Jorginho. We need the Kante's energy on the field, and we need Kovacic's dribbling and ball carrying abilities. And all three have to be on the pitch. And the front two must be of no Lukaku. It should be a Mount and Havertz, in my opinion, or a Werner or Havertz. But Lukaku must not play and must come from the bench if the match is 0-0, City 1-0, or us 1-0 in the end to run on the tired legs and finish off the crosses that we put in the box. That'll be my preferred lineup, but we don't know about the tactical masterclass Thomas Tuchel is thinking. And overall, I hope we win this match. But now, overall, coming on to the prediction of this match and what I do expect and what thing we are trying to do is, for me, I can only see a draw in this match, and I can see a dull 0-0. I think Chelsea have been defensively not that good for the last some months, but I think we'll put a much better display in a match where I think we love these occasions. Under Thomas Tuchel, we have been a very good big team side, and our struggles have been against the bottom sides where we have to finish at dinner. That means chances. And therefore, we love to play the big teams, and I think we are going to relish playing Manchester City. We know how big this match is. Our players will be up for it. while Manchester City will not want to take so much risk, allowing us a victory and allowing us to come back in the title race. So therefore, I can see this match and nil-nil, both sides being tight, respectful, and both sides being happy with the draw. And the last, I want to say that even if Chelsea win this match, until unless we go on an 8, 9, 10 match winning run, we have no chance to win a title race. And that will be the most important key. But yes, we need to go game by game, and it's very important to beat Manchester City to keep our dying title hopes alive. But overall, sadly, my heart says that we are going to win this game, up the Blues, we are going to win it 2-0. But my brain says it's nil-nil written all over it. That was a video where I covered the Carabao Cup reaction, Aston Villa Manchester United preview, North London Derby preview, and talking about Chelsea versus Manchester City preview, and talking about Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. So that was my thing. And on the last, my predictions for all the matches I've told you. For Tottenham, I think it's going to be Tottenham 2, Arsenal nil if the match is played. It will be Aston Villa nil, Manchester United 1. And I think it's going to be Manchester City nil, Chelsea nil. That's my prediction. And before finishing off the video, please do hit on the like button, do hit on the subscribe button, please hit on the bell notification button, and please in the comment section leave your prediction of the 3 matches below, and also your prediction, will it be Chelsea versus Liverpool in the final of the Carabao Cup, or will it be Chelsea versus Arsenal? And overall, any thoughts you have on this video and any feedbacks, because all things are welcome. And overall, I'll only learn and I'll only strive ahead. And overall, on the final note, I hope you all are doing very, very well. And I hope you all have a very, very good day. And thanks everyone who has tuned in and watched this video. And hope you have a very, very good day. Thank you, everyone.